Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for waiting. I'd like to welcome you all and thank everybody for coming today here. Now we will start the KGAP Plus Batch 9 Unveiling event, which is hosted by ATL. I am Makiko Tatsumi, Business Development Office of ATL, and I am a KGAP Plus Program Manager. Yes, KGAP Plus stands for K-HANA Global Acceleration Program Plus, and we're welcoming the startups from all over the world and supporting them in the business expansion into the Japanese market. The detail of our program will be presented by Dr. Suzuki, our program director later. So yeah, I would like to introduce our great partners which co-hosted this event. Today we have two sessions. Session 1 for Canada, Japan, and Hong Kong, and India. And the Session 2, this session, startups for Israel and Europe. So our global partner from Israel, which is Israel Innovation Authority, and also the partners from Europe, which the state of Bavaria in Japan, and Investor in Bavaria, and Catalonia Trade and Investment Office, Axio Tokyo, and the EU-Japan Center for Industrial Cooperation, Startup Lithuania, Global Incubator Network Austria, GIN, and the Innovate UK. These great partners nominated promising startups. And we are presenting their innovative product and service today. And also the JETRO, Japan External Trade Organization, and the Economic and Trade Mission Embassy of Israel in Japan. These are the very great and old our support. Thank you very much for continued support for us. And also Global Digital Module and the cross-border innovations are cooperated with this event. Yeah, so the title of the event is Unveiling. So we kick off the batch 9 of our program. That is the 9th cohort. So the 23 startups are joining this event, and followed of the presentation about the K-HANA Global Innovation Ecosystem and the KGAP Plus. The startups will be pitching. So please enjoy this event 2.5 hours. So move to the presentation. Yeah, Dr. Hiroyuki Suzuki, Executive Vice President of ATL and also Program Director of KGAP Plus. He is ready, I believe. Yes.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, he will be presenting the latest activities of our latest activities. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Start.
Thank you very much, Maki-san, for your introduction. I'm Suzuki of ATL, acting as Program Director of KGAP Plus. So I'd like.
Suzuki-san, would you please stop it?
Stop?
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt you. Please keep it.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So in the coming 15 minutes, I would like to explain a bit about KGAP Plus and the KGAP Plus Batch 9. First of all, I'd like to start with my talk with what's new on KGAP Plus. There are 3 new things on KGAP Plus. The first one is we decided a logo of KGAP Plus, as shown here. And please use this logo when you refer to KGAP Plus from now on. And the second new thing is we published a website, and some of you have already access to our website. But if you have not yet access to this, please access when you have a time to our new website. So last thing I would like to share with you is we start a new platform called KGAP Explorer, effective this March 9th. I will explain a bit about KGAP Explorer later in my talk. Okay, so KGAP Plus is the acceleration program in Kansas City. It lasts 3 months and held twice a year in summer and winter by online and offline combinations. We set the POC pilot testing with Japanese companies or hospitals and local governments. And we have 3 months program called main program, in which we show you our startups and try to connect with Japanese enterprises. But that is sandwiched by inbound program and outbound program called local challenges and the social special program as shown here. So KGAP Plus is made possible based on our global innovation collaboration network. We have just updated this network effective the end of June. Now we are working with over 900 organizations, including over 360 organizations in 34 countries. Among these our collaborating organizations, we call 10 organizations of 8 countries as core partners, with which we do business, and then we sign either MOU or LOI. More specifically, we are working with Israel Innovation Authority, Axio, Barcelona Activa in Spain, and Innovation RCA in London, and Invest in Bavaria in Munich, and Startup Terrace Caution in Taiwan, and National Research Council of Canada, of course, in Taiwan, in public sectors, as well as CII, NASCOM in India, and Entrepreneurs Roundtable Accelerator in New York City in private sectors. And we also work very closely with JETRO. So KGAP Plus is one of our platform, what we call a solution-initiated approach platform, to connect the solution of startups and SMEs with issues of Japanese enterprises and hospitals and local governments. So KGAP Plus is a program and a platform to realize this approach. So we have supported totally over 200 startups, domestic 97 and overseas more than 100 during the past 4 years. Batch 9 is the first event of the year of 2023. And we will do batch 10 within this fiscal year, as shown here. So as I mentioned, we have completed batch 1 to 8 during the past 4 years. And these figures are some of the KPIs we have achieved. As I mentioned, we have accepted totally 117 startups during the past 1 to 8 batches, and they are coming from 13 countries and divided into 16 sectors, and they contribute to 16 SDGs out of 17 SDGs, and we try to introduce them on average 12 to 13 companies per startups, and matching rate after introduction is as high as 72%. And based on these figures, satisfaction figure is 4.5 out of 5.0. This is a good number for us. An example of matching is shown here. Global startup participated in a program during the batch 1 to 8 were successfully matched with companies listed here as examples. They are big companies, and some of them are not so big, but still very good companies in Kansai area, western part of Japan. KGAP Plus is also acting as a kind of gateway to connect global startups with initiative being carried out Kyoto Prefecture called Kyoto Industrial Creation Reading Zone Initiative. As we fit Kyoto Prefecture, try to build up a leading zone throughout the prefecture for the creation of new industries and businesses by taking advantage of regional characteristics. But for global startups in general, it is quite difficult, even impossible practically, to get involved in initiative. So what we try to do is to transform business to government, business into business to platform to government business by acting as a go-between between U and the Kyoto Initiative. Our global collaboration network is still expanding, as shown here. We started collaborating with these organizations such as Innovate UK in UK, Global Incubator Network Australia in Australia, and AASTC in Egypt, and Catania Trade Investment Axio in Spain, and Innovation Agency Lithuania. By accepting startups from these organizations and by acting as organizations accepting our startups for KGAP special program. So KGAP Plus Batch 9 has started the June 13th, somewhere around 10 days ago. And we have just completed initial intensive mentoring during the past 10 days. And now we have a day of unveiling event today. By choosing 23 startups, we had a very intensive selection processes, which I will explain later as inbound process. And we have a special program, it's outbound process, to select somewhere around 5 startups for special program in Barcelona and Vienna by working with Axio and Jin Australia, respectively. So as Maki-san has already explained, we are working with these co-host and the cooperation organizations. I'd like to thank you very much for their continuous support and cooperation. And this is a road to KGAP Plus Batch 9. As I mentioned, the selection process is very tough for us. And we selected totally 23 startups of 11 countries from over 150 startups by open 5 times challenges, local challenges, as well as closed selection process. That was also held 5 times, as shown here. So Israel Challenge has made May 18th, that was a closed one, together with another 4 closed selection process for Bavaria, Lithuania, Japan, and Hong Kong. As I explained, we started expansion of our ecosystem, not only from the startup, but even to R&D and SMEs, new businesses. As shown here, this allows us to include seats in research institute, universities, and SMEs, which want to start a new business based on their seats to our program. And the program is, as I explained, a KGAP Explorer, so that we try to connect these seeds in the issue of pains of Japanese enterprises and local governments. Okay, so we selected totally 23 startups from 11 countries, as shown here, 2 from Japan and 21 overseas. And 2, I would say, projects belonging to ATL and also young university team are classified into organizations for KGAP Explorer, as I explained a minute ago. These 23 startups can be classified into 2 fields of technology, 2 sectors. The largest share is held given by material and smart devices startups, which is followed by startups in manufacturing and the construction sectors, and so on. What we found in this batch is we have a bit larger number of startups belonging to energy and green tech, which of course matches the global trend of technical trend. So these are the pictures of our management team, including me and Maki-san and Alex. We act as a management team to connect you with our mentors, as well as global Japanese enterprises. And we have already a very good team of mentors coming from various sectors in investors and the consulting companies and the local governments and the banks and the industries. And they have their own network, so they helped us substantially to connect global startups with Japanese enterprises. So by including some figures in batch 9, we have totally accepted 140 startups from 16 countries, and they are classified into 6 sectors as shown here. So bottom parts of this figure will be even make bigger by working with global startups participating in the program and with us and with some of audiences. So let's work together. Okay, the last slide of mine is shown here. We have, as I mentioned, totally 140 startups selected from 15 countries. This is really a very good pleasure for us to have accepted these startups during the past 4.5 years. And we are very glad and proud of it. Thank you very much for your continuous support and cooperations. Okay, thank you very much once again for being with us today here, and enjoy and look forward to working with you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Suzuki-san. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to working with the audience and also startups. Yeah, I'm so excited. So I'll move to the pitching section. Okay, I'm so excited to showcase our new companies to Japanese industries. So the first company is from Israel, iRight. Yes, oh.
Hi
Are you
everyone.
excited?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, okay, so audience, so the startups will give a pitch, and following that, we will have the question, the answer session. So please don't hesitate to send a question to them. So you can send a message and a question to the Q&A box on the Zoom window. Okay, so your turn. So here we go.
Thank you. So hi everyone. I'm Or Littman, and my co-founder Homer is next to me right now. So we founded iRight about 2.5 years ago, when we both have emotional connection for visually impaired and blind people, and we found out that there is no comprehensive solution for helping them navigate independently in the surrounding, and that's why we invented this platform. Well, the platform has 3 main components. The first component is a small camera. You can see on here it's attached on camera, but it can be attached on his shirt. And the point is to capture the visual gap in real time. Then we analyze the data and give the user 2 kind of outputs. Well, the first outputs, it's vocal information given by a small earpiece about the atmosphere, cars, alerts, and so on. But the innovative part is taking the visual images you see and transformed it into 3D tangible model, changing according to the image. And by that, we found out a collaboration between the sound and the touch is supposed to cover the visual gap. After some deeper understanding, we found out that touch is crucial and missing not only for visually impaired and blind people, but also to empower people when they active and participate in virtual spaces and experience to be much more authentic. So Highlight is basically a smart surface company with a clear mission to empower people tactility by the way they act, perform, and interact in hybrid surrounding. So the platform is looking like this, which have two main components and two main features, sorry. The first one is modeling every image, as we mentioned before, but the other feature, we know how to recognize where the user located and how strong and what is the pressure he located in that in specific point, and by that we open up a new possibilities of human-machine interaction. The motivation of Highlight was this screen, as you can see. We know how to manipulate dozens and even thousands of pixels using only one actuator. This is our core IP, and by the density, we can reach high resolution and complex object. So haptic is our market, and we think that this is the future. All the big corporations are looking to penetrate this one, whether it's Razer, Meta, using in the healthcare. And we found out that there is huge demand with significant KGAP. And if we talk a little bit about the use case, so we are specific for gaming. Here you can see the illustration of modeling in real time. In the other scenario, you can just design according to the preference and of the user, and by that, it's the first time that the human-machine interaction is it's like changing according to the user and not itself. The other scenario that we are talking about after initial conversation with healthcare centers and innovation department is the ability to add another texture and another image to visual images. For example, in the healthcare, where the MRI or the CT is not enough, and we want to feel and understand better for better precision and accuracy. The other scenario where the first investor came from is from the ALS, which is the Homeland Security. We found out that the current human-machine interaction is not enough in order to collect all the data and help the operator to manage all of it in an efficient way. By that, we have the opportunity not only to demonstrate things, but also to help the operation to be much more easier and effective. So the added value of Highlight is very clear. We have to generate authenticity in digital world, reducing cognitive loads in many use cases and difficulties, and also improve cognitive abilities and increasing using engagement and immersive experience. We are a core team, but with a strong R&D and experience. Me and Omer are the founders. Omer has a vast experience from the EU tech side, and I'm responsible for the business development and the product development. Alongside us, we have Professor Gal de Bouton, who is advisor to the company in the mechanics engineering aspect, and also Avichai and Alex in the R&D team. What we did so far, so we got an initial funding from both government and private organization in Israel. We did a business partnership with Elbit, which is one of the biggest corporation in Israel, and also with NVIDIA in the software side. And we achieved a successful prototype, and these days we are working to achieve the MVP, which include a matrix of 1,000 base pixel and of course to penetrate into and collaborate with business and in order to do some design partners. What brings us to KGAP, we are looking for joint POC in order to elaborate our core technology into the Japanese market, but also we are looking for funding and business matching in order to scale up. We think that the best fit for ILS will be innovative department that are looking to implement an additional human-machine interaction. They want to modelize things and also manufacturing and OEMs. So here you can see just a glimpse from the POC. This is the software access where you can see a human navigator in a room, in the room. Then there is all the process of image processing from in-person view up, rotating and demonstrating on the virtual screen from on top view. And in the other prototype here, you can see that's the POC. It's 60 pixel, but you can see that we have a strong ability of recognize object in real time. Here you can see that there is a cube, and when we change it in the surrounding, then you can see all the changing in the surface. In the other video, you can see that the input came from a virtual application where the user can change the height and the location of the cube, and immediately you can see the result on the surface. And the third one, this is just an integration between the software and the hardware, and by the collaboration, you can see the eye resolution and the speed accuracy of the pin. Of course, this is just a small matrix, and these days we are working to enlarge it into 1,000 base pixels. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any question, we will be happy to answer it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, very good presentation. You got the question from an audience. Do you have a prototype? Can your product reproduce hard or soft?
Yes, we just demonstrated the prototype. This is just the ability to recognize things. There is also the software and the hardware. And these days we are working on the MVP, which will be much more impressive. Definitely. The other question was, your product seems to me that there is a use case for picking up and watch good in front of customer metaverse space store. Actually, yes. We found out that the synergy between the virtual places and the physical places may be useful for highlight in many reasons. For example, when you go to the grocery in a virtual way and you want to pick up an apple, but you want to feel it and not just to grab it, this is one scenario. But the other scenario when you are playing in a game, for example, Roblox. This is one of the leading gaming worldwide, and there is like a 3D dimension and surrounding. So why we need just to look at it when we can see it and touch everything to be much more immersive? So the scenarios and the use cases are varied, and we are fully to find the perfect use case in the Japanese market in order to scale it up.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, good energy. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, stay tuned here. Okay. The next company is also from Israel, cereal coating. Ellie, it's your turn. Oh, you are muted. Yeah, unmute, Ellie. Yes. Eddie, you are still muted.
העלת למיוט.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is not the right presentation, but we will go through it. Let me see. Do you see the full screen?
No.
No.
Try again.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm facing some problems here.
Yeah. Yeah, the one. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, 3D
Good.
coding is in the agriculture, agritech, yeah, company. So Ellie, you ready?
Yes,
So
thank you.
yes,
Thank
please.
you. Okay. Slivio coating. Slivio coating, we are in fact a smart, sustainable company. We're developing a solution for green pesticides, replacing, in fact, chemicals and biologicals pesticides. We are a very strong team, in fact, combined from strong management as well as very strong formulators and organic chemists, agronomists, and others. We are taking care of problem, or at least part of the problem, which is the insects damage that caused by the insects, mainly for agriculture, but not only. Most of the problems caused by ants, for example. Ants, ants cause a lot of damage for trees. What we are doing, in fact, is we are encoding the climbing mechanism of the ants or any other insects, which is not flying, of course. And we create a coating that tailor-made for the specific insects that, in fact, disturb his climbing mechanism. So he cannot, in fact, climbing on the trees because of this physical barrier. For example, the ants use a very slow, very weak chemical bonds called van der Waals bond. If we look on the ant foot, we can see thousands of hairs, very tiny hairs. Those tiny hairs, in fact, create a very large surface area. And with this very slow bonding, chemical bonding, they are climbing and they can go whenever they would like. What we are doing, in fact, we're developing a very selective coating that prevents or disturb this mechanism. Our coating is not able to create van der Waals bond. So the ants cannot climb on it. They fail. The second generation of our product is a selective coating that allows one type of insect that have a positive influence on the trees to climb and prevent from other, like ants, to climb because they are causing a lot of damage. Slivio, in fact, technology, as we say, we are creating a disruptive layer that prevents from insects from climbing on trees. In fact, we are not killing them. We are acting as a mechanical barrier. All our materials are bio-based and contains 100% food-grade ingredients. It can be applied on different surfaces, trees, fences, greenhouses, etc. It's with a sub-mechanism that called self-lubricant material. That with this character, we are in fact controlling the long time or the duration of the product, and it's also biodegradable. The application is very simple. It can be by brush, 10 centimeters strip around the tree, or it can be, of course, for large areas with agricultural sprayers. We made all the necessary changes that can work with this two way of application. As for now, we have a solution for mites, for ants, and for, excuse me, and for that we are working on Capanodis and on snails right now, as well as for the selective coating. We already check it in the field trials with a very high successful rate. On citrus, we prevent ants with up to 90% success. The market is very huge, is a multi-billion market, in fact, on both sides that we are looking, on the damage from one side and on the pesticides from the other side. But our value is not only related to the market size, it's related also for all the trend of going out from chemical pesticides and goes to green and clean solution for these problems. Slivio coating, as I say, is a mechanical solution, so we don't need any regulation. We got an approval from the Israeli Agriculture Ministry that says that we can use it without any regulation, which is, to our opinion, one of the biggest advantage of our solution. And we can see other solutions that exist in the market, starting with chemical pesticides, and then biological pesticide, essential oil, glue, and our solution. And it's easy to see that our solution, in fact, is also cost-effective as well as very effective as a barrier. Why to choose us? Because it's bio-based, because it's sustainable, long residual effect, and affordable, very cost-effective. Our business model, in fact, here we have the usual business model or the common business model. But we took decision just in the last few weeks that Slivio Coating will stay an R&D company. We would like to develop our products, bring them up to a stage after scale-up, at least of 200 kilo per batch, and then sign on agreements with producers, local producers, and marketing producer and distributors to farmers. We have a key component, so we think that we should stay and do what we know to do, which is research and development, and others, we let others to produce and sell. We have in our intellectual property side 3 patents. The first is on the concept of disturbing the climbing mechanism of pesticides, of pests. We have also a patent about a new polymer molecule act as a surfactant. In fact, this is our key component. It's needed in very small amounts, less than 2% of the total formula. So we will produce this molecule and supply it to our subcontractors. And the last one is a disruptive formula for ants and spiders, while we are controlling each one of them. Well, just to add what we are looking for. We are looking, in fact, we are looking for cooperation in field trials on any trees in Japan that suffer from problems of ants or any other insects. We are looking for local production and also local distributor. We hope that we can find them in the same entity, but we are open to any other idea of cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eli. Very interesting, the product. Yeah, you got the question from audience. How much can chemical pesticides be reduced?
Reduce, well, it depends, of course, but I'm not sure that we have this specific parameter on how much in quantity of chemical pesticide it will reduce. Obviously, any problem or any field that suffers from ants and our solution working there, in fact, save and reduce the chemical pesticides. There is also a trend who says integrated pesticide management, which means that even if our solution works, let's say 30% or 40%, then you use our solution as a green solution, and you use chemical pesticides, for example, but in much less quantities than you used to without a Slibio coating solution.
Okay, Eli, next question is that if your product helps to reduce the cost and improve the quality of the produce, it's very interesting. Oh, sorry, it's no question, that comment. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the comment. Okay, and Eli, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so maybe to the third company, that is North Natural Offset of Farming, of course, a green tech company from Israel. So Ijay, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ishai. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NOF. NOF is a company that was founded in 2022. And we categorize ourselves as a climate tech company that operates in the field of CO2 utilization and decarbonization. The company developed a patented cooling technology that is a little different. It's different because we are using CO2 for cooling. As you all know, the world is facing a global challenge because the world is warming up, it's changing, and we are coming to answer two critical problems: the cooling aspect and the decarbonization. We do it by providing a new dimension in CO2 utilization. What does it mean? We take CO2 from the emitter, from one side, we link it to the place that is using it. And today we are focused on agriculture applications. And the link is through cooling. So what is the device? The device is roughly a small Coke bottle in size, very small. There is no reliance on electricity, and it works very different than any other cooling technology out there because it doesn't operate all the time, it works on demand. The device provides added value, not just as a cooling device, but it also provides different aspects like CO2 enrichment, water oxygenation, pH management, etc., etc. The device or the technology as a whole is taking CO2 in its liquid state. It's transforming a 2-hour device in exothermic and endothermic processes that create about 6 to 7 times more energy for each gram of CO2. And this is the core technology. Just so you understand, in an instant CO2 push, we create up to minus 76.8 degrees in our cooling core. So what are the verticals that we are working today and in the future? Today, we are operating in primarily in two verticals. It's indoor farming and post-harvest applications. And then we have other applications that we want to go into is root zone cooling in field and different animal applications. So what is our post-harvest applications? We provide what's called pre-cooling. Pre-cooling is a surgical intervention in the field that starts the cold chain. We provide our device, we provide with it cooling, we provide with it enrichment, and we can provide we are lowering the relative humidity in the proximity of the flower, fruit, vegetable, whatever. And we are coming to tackle a huge issue of post-harvest losses. As you all know, it's a $1 trillion market in value. So how do we do it? We created a number of applications. What you see on the right is one of our applications. It's essentially an in-field refrigeration device where the farmer is picking in this case, it's blueberries, but it can be relevant to any type of products, and essentially start the cooling in the field. This device can also travel along the cold chain all the way up to the store or to the market. It's all about how you can replace the CO2 canisters. The features are, as I mentioned, are numerous, and we are answering a very big need, especially in the developing world. The second solution we have is a water cooling solution. This solution is essentially sitting on the water line of every indoor farming, vertical farming settings, etc. And we are providing essentially a microclimate, or we are optimizing the climate in the proximity of the plant. And we are providing energy efficiency, and we are also providing enrichment to increase photosynthesis processes. So in terms of our product market fit and what we see as an easier access in the Japanese market, we see our water solution as a better fit today. But again, we are open to any partnership that might be. We are conducting now an extended research at the University of Georgia, and we are finishing it at the end of July. After that, we are doing the transition to production. And essentially, we would like to find a partner in Japan to take this and essentially change the paradigm in indoor farming. What is our value proposition? We definitely reduce energy consumption. We increase yield productivity, especially around enrichment and enrichment practices. We can manage growing cycles and operate them. And of course, ideally, we would like to optimize the growing conditions in the proximity of the plants. So, as I mentioned, we are now conducting a number of pilots. The technology is currently piloted in the US, in Israel, in different pilots, and in India. In India, we are doing it with the largest agrochemical company in the world named Bayer. And essentially, after we complete this stage in about 3 to 4 months, we would like to do this transfer into mass production and sales. The team is a very diverse team. We currently have 8 employees in the company. We each come from different backgrounds and different, I would say, different qualities. And we really believe in building a really, really strong team to really take this opportunity to, it has the potential to be $1 billion market in the next couple of years. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Right. Thank you very much, Ishai. Yeah, very innovative product. Yeah, questions coming. Where and how do you get liquid CO2? I'd like to know business model.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So in regards to the business model, our device is really cheap for manufacturing. In mass production, we want to, it will cost something around $10 to manufacture. And we would like to establish a hardware as a service model where we provide the farmer this technology at a monthly subscription, and then provide added services. The services are the data management and the CO2. The CO2 is the big market, and I will emphasize this market here. So we all know the chain of CO2. The CO2 chain is very, very clear. There is the capture, there is the liquefaction, storage, transportation, etc. We are entering from the distribution side, and but our natural partners are the people who capture it. We want to buy directly from the emitter. It's the ammonia manufacturer, the oil and gas manufacturer, etc., who is today obligated to capture it, and he has nothing to do with it. He's looking for ways to utilize the CO2. If we go directly to the emitter, the price of we know the prices in the US. We don't know the prices in Japan, but I can tell you that in the US, if you buy off the shelf, it's around $300 per ton. If you go directly to the emitter, he will even give it to you for $20 and $30 per ton. And this is a paradigmatic, or it's a shift in the way you look at CO2. And this is also, it's a big part of our future business model, because you can take this resource that is unlimited and essentially make it a usable, we call it from waste to a usable resource. So I hope I answered the question. You are muted.
I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for the answering.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Good energy, Ishai. All right.
You.
So yeah, thank you. I introduced 3 Israel companies in the batch 9. Okay, so move to the Europe. The next companies are from Finland. Jaco, your turn. Yeah, beautiful picture. Monty Nutra. Also, they are contributing to the ecology. Okay, please start your presentation.
In Nutra, we do renewable biopolymers, and that is our share to contribute in the scarcity of resources and challenges on the earth. How do we do that? Is that we connect and integrate with the side stream, the waste of the industry. In particular now from the forest and wood making industry, we utilize their side streams, typical such as sawmilling side streams, sawdust, the fine wooden particles coming from a sawmill available in big quantities all around the year and basically utilized for burning, or in some places of the world, and even for that being dumped to the earth. What we do, we have a biorefinery. We have an upscaling process that utilizes only water as the solvent. So we are using water, temperature, pressure, physical, mechanical ways to separate the biopolymer components in the wood. And we are backed up with a Nordic industry company called Metsä Group, who are in the forest industry business, in pulp making, in paper products, and also timber type of products. Our biopolymers, essentially two of these, polysaccharides and lignin. They are new and novel to the market. Our polysaccharides, they are natural compounds since no chemicals are used, and they have natural properties such as film forming, grease barrier, and to be used, for example, in the lower molecular weight water dispersions or emulsions. So this opens up applications and uses, for example, in industrial biolatex approaches, industrial glues, barrier protection products, and so forth. In cosmetic side, we are working with hair care products already, and there are opportunities in boosting sun care products, in mask products, or even as mascara formulations. We have been testing the uses. And in general, these kind of polysaccharides are prebiotic. So the good food for the good bacteria that can be used in, let's say, animal feed as well. Lignins, then again, they are natural as well, high antioxidants in comparison to, for example, industrial standards of BASF as it is. And do that, they actually do go as antimicrobials as well. And lignins in general are good UV absorbers as well, providing, of course, again, the opportunity in the sun protection field, in the more personal care applications, but maybe the more typical ways of using and looking at lignin use would be in the applications of coatings, various resins, for example, for polyurethanes, and in composite and adhesive uses. And again, in the food side, due to the antioxidants and antimicrobiological behavior, they are part of the antimicrobiological feed that can help to reduce, for example, the use of antibiotics. What makes these kind of special is that they are tackling also the large markets. For example, the biopolymer side with polysaccharides used in biolatexes or in general bioemulsion polymers, a market that is looking for alternatives to substitute the fossil-based chemicals, such as acrylates or styrens, where these kind of polysaccharides are utilized as a backbone, then to synthesize bio-based versions, then to be utilized in applications from non-woven binding to binders and barriers in packaging products, or paint resins, or automotive industry coatings and construction materials, for example. And a market dominated also by Japanese, but many big chemical companies that we are looking to work together, and some of which we are already in cooperation. Our products are natural, non-chemical. Since we are using water and bio-based energy, our CO2 footprint is significantly lower than the substitutable or corresponding fossil chemicals would have. Since we are using side streams from industry, we are working with fairly sustainable materials that already have a traceability to the standards and certified sources where they are used. And these kind of wood residues are fairly large as well. In Europe, we are talking of 8 million tons of sawmilling residues only. Other residues more than that And in actuality, we don't have to limit to this. We can go global. The technology as such is readily to be used for other types of materials as well. In addition, what makes us different from other, let's say, biorefinery approaches is the chemical processing, which is very low for us, and also the investment cost needs. Since we are using water and physical mechanical separation ways, we don't have extensive chemical recoveries or auxiliary kind of industrial mechanisms and equipment needs. That makes our kind of investment needs when scaling up a little bit more modest than some of the other approaches that are leaning more heavily towards chemical approaches of biomass separation. That gives also us the benefit of being fairly natural in terms of the products. We have an increase in customer traction and a market pull for bio-based ingredients and bio-based raw materials. Now we have a first commercial product with a partner out, our sugar product being utilized in a hair care shampoo type of a series. We are working with other cosmetical personal care companies, and especially with the industrial sides, with industrial proof of concept and development partnerships as well. Where we are at the moment is that we have a pilot level plant in Finland, in southern Finland, where we are able to produce, develop, and test and provide samples. And then we are designing a larger scale plant to be invested at the sawmill of our partner here in Finland. So we know the location, we are doing the engineering work for that. And the steps to take forward are, for example, through this program to finding the industrial partnerships for application development, and then continuing towards the market readiness and expansion. We are looking to be a raw material supplier and producer in the value chain, and to penetrate the end-use markets then with partnerships and distribution partnerships. Geographic expansions, we are looking through licensing of the technology and with joint venture models. And we are already in discussion, for example, South Americas in this kind of approaches. We are about a team of soon 6 people, myself having a business background, Ann-Sofi here having a PhD in the chemistry of polysaccharides in this field, Pertti in the middle having the capabilities and long track record from lab to pilot to demo scale, upscaling of these kind of technologies, Antti having the commercial background of forest industry sales, and Asim here on a process chemistry background. And we are looking for to grow more towards the customer side and understanding the application side, chemistry and uses there as well. What we are looking from this program is definitely the Japanese partners to help to develop the applications of proof of concept for the Asian markets, either through the kind of a polymer side of things, the chemical company side, or also potentially companies having relevant kind of bio feedstocks applicable for our technology and process. And then, of course, going forward, we are looking for investors into scaling up and building the first industrial sized plant as well. That concludes my short pitch. Thank you for your time. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
どうもありがとうございます。Thank you very much, Jaco. Yeah, great. 70% of Japanese land is the mountain forest. Great. You have a question. When you create a JV, joint venture, with a manufacturer, what are the benefits for that manufacturer?
If we are talking of a manufacturer of having a biomass feed, it would be the higher valorization of those biomasses. Typically, those biomasses would be either burned or maybe sometimes no use at all. So there would be an economical benefit and also a benefit of product uses instead of energy uses. So the CO2 balance side of things would be much better in that sense.
Okay, the next. It's just a comment, I think. In Japan, forests are becoming more and more desolate because they do not produce money. I would be very interested in helping to stop this, even if only a little. What do you think that?
Well, that's a good comment. And for example, we are mostly working with sawmilling industry, and wood-based construction and use of wood is still fairly and very sustainable, since they are basically carbon sinks for a long period of time. So when building on these kind of approaches, we can build kind of really sustainable business models at the same time, which kind of can last time at the same time. So a good proposal.
All right, thank you very much. Great presentation.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, the next company is from Lithuania, Fashion Day. Yeah, Vijay Shiwatan, please share your screen and be prepared. Yes.
Thank you. Just give me a second.
Yeah, of course. Take your time. So, Fashion Day is the first company from Lithuania in KGAP Plus. Yeah. So I'm so happy to introduce you to Japanese industries. Okay.
I just wondering how to do a full screen, but
Oh, first, please share your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, your screen's coming full screen, beautiful. Okay.
All right. So hi everyone. Today I will present a fashion day, which is yeah, as I understand, you already see my screen, right? Do you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so apologies once again. Fashion Day is a e-commerce application for students. So what is the problem? The problem is that there is untapped potential for students. So students with their work, which they have done in university by designing clothes, they have visibility gap, so they cannot show what they cannot show and gain exposure. Also, they have untapped potential. So students have a lot of potential, but struggling to show off. Another issue is that there is always practical experience, lacking of practical experience. Environment impact, students throw away with their work or put it somewhere to the closets. Unique designs. So everybody, each one have potential, and each one is possible to create a unique clothes. So this platform could reduce this problem and introduce unique clothes for customers and fresh talents to discover various fresh talents on this platform. So for this for this one, we have a solution called Fashion Day. So that's what everything they solve. So they solve visibility. Students finally are able to show off their clothes and also create a brand and get a real life experience. And on this platform. Market opportunity. Market opportunity is that emerging designers. So each student have a possibility to create their own profile and list their works, what they have done in university, what kind of clothes they did. Also, it's very unique because each one have unique possibility to create something very unique one. Another is sustainable. That means you are not throwing away those clothes, and everything is reused or sold or donated. locally support. That means you can support your for example, your favorite new designer. And another is very important, yeah, like e-commerce growth. So yeah, e-commerce every year is growing, and this is a unique niche where you can sell very unique items. There is like a competitive comparison, Fashion versus Mercury. So this is a Japan platform where also selling various like it's like an e-commerce shop, but like Fashion is like more targeted to a very specific business. So yeah, Mercury, yeah, like currently have user-friendlier design, wider variety, shipping support, and secure. But Fashion, as I mentioned, is very targeted e-commerce, because it's for fashion students, which they're selling only their unique clothes. Differences, yeah, like audience. So this is like a different like audience of the variety of people who could buy items. So very unique items, while Mercury is selling very variety of items. Sellers experience. So yeah, like Fashion is like a selling, like a business experience, like it's selling like idea, but not, it's like not a regular e-shop. And Fashion is focused into sustainability, because we are not throwing away student works of design by designing clothes. Yeah, and the business model is like commissions, subscription. So commissions by making a sell. Subscription, it could be like a premium plan where a customer can get some extra points. Advertising and partnering with the partnerships, so sponsoring, in-app purchases, so some very unique items. It could be not only students, it could be other designers joined to this Fashion, the e-commerce and expansion. This is why I'm attending in this program, because Japan is a great market. Current traction is that currently we have a Fashion.com domain, creating mock-ups for a mobile application. There is also Fashion, the Shopify platform, where already testing how students could upload their items. And there's this a plan for Q4 to fully launch this platform, and to make it live for our customers and students who could start to build their profile. Marketing and sales strategy, like yeah, like mostly work with the influencers, social media, creating like TikTok and Facebook. PR, like getting various experience from various influencers, and partnering with fashion schools. That's the main thing. This is about me. Basically, I'm a ex software engineer. I have 7 years experience. After that, I worked as a project manager for 2 years, and also I'm volunteering in various organizations. What I'm asking is partnership. This is most important. This is most important thing. So looking forward to this program to partner with fashion schools or clothing shops, and also looking who would like to test this platform. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for this. Yeah, a great presentation. And you are having the questions. Yes, interesting. Yeah, congratulations. But it's a very niche market. Do you conduct market research in Lithuania or in the Europe? How big is the market?
So the market is still very big since a lot of people using SA or any other like reused items shop. For example, there is in Lithuania Vinted, which is very popular of reused items, like reused clothes reseller platform. So this is there is in Europe 200 million market size, and in the world, like it's like I don't know, it's not possible to measure, but Europe is like 200 million, which is possible market for this platform.
Yeah, probably you are doing a market research with us. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the next question is that do you have a prototype of a software or EC?
Yes, I have a prototype of like I said, a Shopify. So this is already live, and this is already on testing. So I still couldn't give for the students to upload their work, upload their items. But I'm pretty sure that in this and in upcoming month it will be live. So looking forward, who would like to collaborate, and I can give access, and people could start to list their items.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very good to have the concrete picture of the upcoming the months. Okay, with this, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Next company is from Austria. Yeah, nominated by Jean, our new partner. So the Sion is the name of a company, and the Sion is the first Austrian company in the KGAP class. So Mara, it's your turn.
Yes, just give me a second to share my screen. Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, take your time. Yeah, Mara developed and provide a very nice sound system. They are kind of the new generation sound system.
So, can you see my screen as well?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Shion. So we have developed.
Wait, but I cannot see your presentation slide. Just a screen, black screen.
Just a second. Okay.
Yeah.
I try again.
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. So, Shion, we have developed an active acoustic system that works like noise cancelling headphones, but for rooms. So where would we need it? The problem, for example, imagine you sit in a restaurant and you would like to talk to the person you're there with, but everyone else around you is very, very loud. You can't understand each other, and maybe you don't even want to hear the other people what you are talking. What we can do here is we can cancel out the echo in a room and the noise, the background noise, and we can create an isolated acoustic area around you. So you can talk to the person that you're with in private and without noise interruptions from other people. So our system has 3 key features. Like I said, it's noise and echo reduction. We can adapt to the room size and space. So it's not only for restaurants, but for example, we can make your living room into a private cinema or concert hall. Then we can create these private acoustic bubbles, which means an isolated acoustic areas in one part of the room. For example, here just how it may look like. If you're in an open office and your desks are all in an open layout, you can create an acoustic bubble, follow the dotted line around the couches, for example. So people could go there, activate our privacy bubble, and then have acoustic privacy while talking on these couches, and the background noise would be drowned out. So our system consists of 3 main components. This is a hardware in form of a very stylish panel that we have patented, then a sound processing unit, and an AI software. Right now we are selling directly to customers, either private sector or business sector, or we are selling over our dealers and system integrators. The applications are, for example, here you can see we had this week a project for an office space, a meeting room. We can enhance your home audio with our system, or also very popular in the hospitality sector, either in restaurants or maybe like a hotel lobby, places where there's a lot of echo and noise. So competition on the market, there are various systems that treat rooms, but they have some limitations compared to Xion. For example, a DSP software alone would interfere with the audio equipment you have in the room and maybe lower the quality. This is extremely bad if you have an expensive, let's say, DVLA speaker. Then there's a speaker array treatment, but this is a lot of hardware that has to be rearranged when the room layout changes, and it costs for the same room size approximately double than Xion. And then you have passive treatment, which just has one function and it cancels out one range of frequency. Where Xion is one-time installment, it adapts to the room and it has multiple functions that I mentioned before. So the team, this is us, the 2 founders. Xion was founded 2020 in Vienna, Austria by Maria and Atanas. They are both from the architectural sector, former employees of Zaha Hadid Architects. The market, who are our customers? So here we see we sell in the IoT connectivity sector as an emerging trend. As I said, we sell direct and we sell over integrators, engineers, architects, and the dealers. And speakerless audio is mostly private sales for homes with a lot of reverberation. So rollout, what we plan to do from 2023 to 2026 is increase our projects and to sign more system integrators in the 3 key markets that we want to expand in. This is America, Japan, and Europe. This is our distributors and partners, major adopters, maybe just to mention OMV. This is the largest oil refinery here in Austria and in Europe, and they wanted our system for their meeting rooms. What we expect from the KHANA program, or what we would like to do, is work on our brand recognition in Japan. So to set up a showroom, provide some workshops, and get educated on the regional marketing. Then have some strategic partnerships and introductions so we can really showcase our product. And of course, to sign further system integrators and dealer. And here we would like to provide some training sessions and technical education. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, very attractive product in the service. Yeah, you have the 2 questions so far. The first one is your acoustic bubble is interesting. How much would it cost to get it if I were to buy your product privately?
It depends on the room. So what changes is the amount of panels that we have. If you have a room that has bad acoustics, for example, if you don't have carpet, if you have a really high ceiling, if you have glass walls, then you would need more panels. But we usually say in a standard living room that we did the setup is 4 panels. A standard living room, we said everything from 50 to 80 square meters. This is what we have worked with before. For hi-fi audio setup, it's 4 panels, and this would cost you something from 20 to 40K, depending on the panel and the options you want to have with it.
It means you will estimate the cost case by case, so you need a distributor definitely, right?
Yes, we have a distributor, for example, in America. We have worked with him. For example, he has a turnover yearly of 40 million for this project, and a project in the private sector, so like for a living room, is usually in America up to, it is from 80K to 120K. For a professional installment, because the hi-fi audio system, like high-end speakers, plus installation. So Xion fits really well with our price. We are just a small add-on to the project, and exactly. So what we do is we enhance the audio equipment you buy, because if you buy very expensive, I mean, if you spend 80 to 120K on a speakers, you would like them to sound really well, and we enhance this.
All right. The next question is that what is your track record in Japan?
In Japan, we have signed our first dealer, and we have a suggestion for a space for a showroom. So we would like now this year, we would like to start actually the sales rollout there. We have made a schedule for workshops with our dealer. He is already educated on our system. And when we come to Japan in December, we will have the first project through our dealer.
Great, great. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to have the experience in Rio while the 3-month program. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, half of the session 2 is over, but we have still the 5 companies. The next company is from Germany, LFT, that stands for Lake Fusion Technologies. Thomas, it's your turn.
Thank you very much, Miki. So let's see that we can start the presentation.
Yeah, in the mobility smart city sector. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Maki. My name is Thomas Witscher from Lake Fusion Technologies in Germany, Markdorf at the Lake Constance. I'm responsible for the sales and the marketing, and our slogan is, our mission is the pilot safe autonomous driving. So some words about Lake Fusion Technologies. We are founded in 2018 in Germany by former management and development team coming from the Airbus Group, very important. So we developed high-tech software and LiDAR sensors, laser-based sensors for the airborne field, and now we are trying to bring the safety software and the algorithm down to the ground for autonomous driving. We are transferring safety sensor and sensor data fusion now from aviation, as I said, to the automotive market. Our focus is on the development of the deterministic LiDAR algorithm. This is a rule-based algorithm, and sensor data fusion from the point of view of safety. Everything what we are doing is of the view of safety, so that vehicles can be brought to the certification stage with the corresponding verification, so that can be certified and they can follow the rules normally the rule standards in Europe or Japan, and this brings this vehicle to the series stage. What are the challenges for autonomous driving? More or less, as I said, safety, and this means that in all weather conditions and corner cases, in very bad weather conditions, as you can see on the right side, fog, rain, etc., so that the system has always worked in a precise and rule-based way. This means that the approach from the whole world in these cases of autonomous driving is more the that we are completely focused on AI, artificial intelligence. But the problem is that AI is always a training system and a learning system, and you never know what the system is learned. For example, here you can see this dinosaur from the Carnival session in Cologne, and this is very important that this system of AI is really seeing this as a clear object, which has to be also protected, and not that you have to crash in this dinosaur. This is our case, what we are doing. So that we are monitoring, this is very important. We are monitoring with different sensors like camera, LiDAR, and radar, this AI system, the safety system. You can see it here on the right side, how complex the system is. And this is what we also brought in series for different companies. For example, here for the people mover of ZF. We are starting more or less from the sensor system, so that we are focused to eliminate all the artifacts like snowflakes, rain drops, etc. And then we are starting with the safety concept of our algorithm architecture. And then we are at the end fusing all the sensors together to have a clear picture and monitoring picture that everything is in the right rules and give the right picture to the act and the think system of the car. What are our customers? So we are, as I said, since 2018 the business, and we are contracted by the main OEMs and tiers in Europe. This is ZF, Mercedes-Benz, Continental, Innovitz, Audi, Airbus, ZKW. All these big companies are our customers. And what we would like to do is to find the access to the OEMs in Japan, also the tiers, to support them to bring the safety concept, our safety concept, in their cars, so that they can drive under the regulation of the government for autonomous driving. So what we can provide, or how we look like the pilot project is that we can start with the OEM here from Japan to generate a safety concept. This is what we can bring in and help them to analyze their safety concept, and this is the idea of the ongoing 3 months. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. Okay, so question to you is that is a rule-based algorithm without AI required for ASID level 4? If so, is there a regulation?
There's a regulation, yes. He has to for further regulation. For example, Mercedes got the access now to California, and concerning their safety concept, that the cars can L3 drive autonomously in California, for example. In Germany, the government also have some regulation for this autonomous driving. This means the cars can drive L3, but by a speed of 60 km/h. This is limited to that.
Okay, thank you very much. The question for you is that all so far. Yeah. Thomas, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Move to the next company. Next company is from nominated by the Axio Catalunya, Spain. Nabro Vision, Jordi.
Hello.
Okay. It's in the smart city sector. Yes. Nabro Vision specialized in real-time 3D perception solutions. So, Jordi,
All right.
please share your screen.
I'll go for it. Do you see my
Okay.
screen?
Yes, it's coming. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much. Hello, my name is Jordi Romero. I'm the CEO of Nabla Vision. And Nabla Vision, we create today the robotic eyes of the future. How we do that? We provide complete 3D real-time perception in our open environment, fusing sensing data from cameras with the sensing data, 3D sensing data from LiDARs to provide this full perception 3D and colorized scenarios. Why we do that? Because, well, as our colleagues have already seen, talk about it, the perception market is full of sensing technologies, but there are several hinders on them. Some of them are not working on 3D, like mono cameras or 2D LiDARs. Others are too costly, like 3D high-end LiDARs, or they cannot run embedded. And others don't provide enough data or only work for short ranges, like stereo cameras or 2D, 3D low-end. So this is causing loss of efficiency and potentially accidents, as our colleagues have said. That hinders remote working, robotics, and autonomy. So there is a clear demand in several sectors of low-cost, customizable 3D real-time sensing solutions, and that's what we aim to provide. What's our value proposition? Our value proposition is to develop custom 3D perception solutions that enhance remote operation and artificial intelligent vision. How we do that? We integrate purpose-built vision sensor units, fusing sensors, LiDARs, and cameras from the market. We calibrate them, we integrate them, and we have a proprietary software that can create high-end perception solutions from low-cost market hardware. We have already two different kinds of families. We're working with rotary LiDARs and also with solid-state LiDARs. But the final output that we want to provide to the final customer is this virtual camera, independently on the hardware. Our software allows us to generate this kind of 3D real-time perception solutions running in any kind of environment for complex and dynamic scenarios where you can have a video game-like very user-friendly output where you fuse RGB, thermal cameras, LiDARs, other kind of imaging sensors to provide a best point of view for the application. You can move in 3D like a video game. Also, we develop this kind of solutions, what we call instant twins. So it's a digital 3D real-time twin where we can segment precisely the geometry of the moving objects. Where are we focusing with this? We're focusing on efficient and secure safe operation, including remote inspection and operation applications where there are hazardous environments, and this diminishing the risk of personnel. Collaborative robotics, where robots can cooperate with humans, assisted navigation and autonomy, and also for sure, monitoring and security, including outdoor scenarios. Our differentiation is several advantages. We have quite differentiative solutions like virtual camera instant twin that you have already seen. We have affordable, high-quality solutions. So we have high output specs on perception with very low-cost hardware. We fuse different cameras and LiDARs from the market, specifically focused on the final solution. We have our own proprietary algorithm that have a very low-cost computational cost, can run embedded, as you have seen in our Raspberry Pi and NVIDIA platform, on the navigational platform or in the sensor. And we have patent pending technology on that.
Our competence, as you have seen, there are several technologies in the market providing sensing, image sensing, and 3D perception in some cases. Our solution, it's very cost competitive and solve a combination of best performance of 2D, 3D LiDARs cameras. So cameras are very sensitive to illumination. They have problems in range if they work in 3D. And LiDARs are either too costly or they have sparse data and they have no colors. We can solve all these, providing a very cost-competitive solution. Our vertical markets, we are not focusing on automotive applications as our partners are doing. We are focusing on other kind of sectors that also have a large potential, as you see here, logistics, industrial. They have a very high growth, and there is a very large market there. So in Industry 4.0, we're more focusing on plant monitoring and remote operation and digital twins, and collaborative robotics also for safe and efficient human-robot interaction. For sure, other not included here, market very relevant for us is security and safety, defense, perimeter surveillance, autonomous tracking, counter UAVs. Smart cities. Smart cities is one of our specific areas of work in ITS and also monitoring and logistics, remote crane operation, teleoperation of cranes in industry and logistics. So what is our aim participating in this acceleration program in Japan? Well, we know that Japan is a very large market, especially for robotics and automation. There is a lot of needs there. Our business model right now is to work initially in 3 perception consultancy and customized solutions with POC projects. We already developed several POC projects in the range of 40 to 80 Ks and post-license agreements. We have several projects ongoing with Spanish and international companies in mobility, in industrial, remote operation, and security. And our aim is to license this and then in the future industrialize NIA data. So what we are looking forward in collaborating here is to work together with Japanese corporates, a Japanese partner to go to Japanese market or worldwide, either engineering, robotics, automation, we can integrate our solutions with them to improve the penetration in the market. So we're looking for specifically a custom private POC project with them, either in ITS smart cities, Industry 4.0, defense, or even service robotics. Our team, the founding team, is very technologically, but also management wise. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope that we are together in the future collaborating in the perception market and robotics. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, very good presentation. Yeah, okay, you got the question. Yeah. Audience, thank you very much for sending questions many times. Wonderful. Yes. Are there any restrictions on camera or LiDAR specification?
Well, obviously, depending on the hardware, there are limitations, but we work quite agnostically with any kind of camera. So we can combine different thermal, RGB, sphere, near cameras. This gave different scenarios where we can combine their sensing. With LiDARs, we can work with several, but depending on the hardware, there is range, there is a density of data. We can improve them through our software, but for sure, there are things that comes from the LiDAR. But we try always to use the low-cost, high-performance solution.
Low-cost, high-performance solution. Great. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Jordi.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Okay. We have 3 more companies. The next is Logmail. Logmail, of course, in the food tech company. So, Eric, you ready? Yes. Hi.
I'm sharing my screen. Let me know as soon as you could see it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Can you switch to the full screen?
Yes, for sure. Hold on for a second. Slideshow. Let me know.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So we are Logmail, we're a spin-off from the University of Barcelona. We do AI, computer vision, and deep learning. We're focused on food recognition. One of our solutions, it's a touchless checkout system for self-service restaurant, canteens, schools, and hospitals. where you place a tray with food. We recognize that food. We add, and we could add the nutrition information, and we add the price in order to charge. It's a cloud solution, plug and play, and 100% connected. How does it work? You just take a tray on a self-service restaurant, as in canteens and a cafeteria, whatever is it. You take that tray, you fill plates, you fill those plates with food. Then you drop that tray in less than 3 seconds. It's recognized, and we add price to each of we recognize all the dishes, and we add the price or price combinations in case there is a menu. It's multi-language, could be multi-pricing in order, for example, in a company that we have internal and external employees with different prices, and you could pay with a credit card, QR code, corporate employee ID, etc., face recognition. As well, the good thing is that when we recognize the dishes, we have the nutrition information, we could provide that nutrition information in order to track all our food intakes. It's just place and go. What we recognize, as I said, several dishes that could be on a plate. Independently, we learn from any kind of food or look and feel of an image. So we want to take some objects from our desktop right now, and we show them with only 3 images about this. We could just recognize this and add a price, and if there's nutrition information as well, to add this nutrition information. We have no limitations about any kind of dish in the world or culture. It's a self-service algorithm. What does this mean? It's deep learning. So as much images it gets, it increases the accuracy. As I said, with only 3 images, we have an accuracy rate of 87.8%. But with more than 50 images, we get close to the 99%. It's a self-checkout system. So in case that there's any dish not recognized automatically, the user could just tap on the screen and select. There's a manual correction that we did every day in order to annotate all the images and just to be sure that everything is 100% correct. It's a retraining system. So every day, it just retrain with all the images that it's getting in order to increase the accuracy to reach the 100%. So, and the good thing is, if we have, it's an API. So if there's another system that provides every day the daily menu with their own prices, then it's directly, automatically served and recognized. It's a plug and play solution. So you receive the product, the service on your premises. It's just 2 pieces with 3 screws. And so it's like an IKEA solution. You have to connect with power, electricity, and the network, internet network. And these are the 3 models that we currently have, bigger, smaller. As I said, in between close and 4 and 5 weeks, the system, it's already available to start producing. It's the benefits for user. It's time reduction, 100% touchless, and you place and go. You get the nutrition information in order to track all your food intakes and to see how you are eating. And it's a nice improved satisfaction for the user. We're very busy. We don't want to waste time on a lane, on a queue. For the canteens, restaurants, and the owners of those restaurants, it's cost reduction. So you don't have to have employees at the end only for charging people. It's a real-time analysis. So you know all the foods that you are serving in real time. You're improving customer satisfaction as well. It's a touchless solution. It's 100% integrable. That means it doesn't care what kind of point of sale, if it's what kind of payment method. Everything is over an API, so you could manage and integrate everything as well, the daily menus with their own prices, etc., etc. So we started in 2012 due to World Health Organization report when they say that most of the 40% of the chronic disease are because of nutrition. When we talk to nutritionists, they told us the main problem that they have is that they could not know what people eat. So we start developing this technology and doing European projects on the sector of the retail and health. And the solution for retailers in order to do this self-checkout system is one of the top 1 products that we have. We have the biggest food data set in the world in AI, computer vision, and deep learning for food recognition. We created the company at the end of 2020. but at the end, until the end of the 2021, because pandemia, no one wants to listen to us, so we start the activity at the end of the 2021. The managing team is composed by 3 co-founders, Petya Radeva, Marc Bolaños, and myself, Eric. Petya, she's full professor from the University of Mathematics and Computer Engineer, director of the AI and Computer Vision Department, and currently Spanish advisor in both fields. Marc Bolaños is computer engineer, master on AI, and PhD on food recognition, cum laude, and I'm on the business side and MBA. We have a huge advisory board in different areas like nutrition, global health, growth, and business operations. Our technology is used by all these brands and Porsche car manufacturers for their canteens. Bingoal is a youth pro cycling team in order to track the athletes' intakes, as well as La Liga professional soccer teams and basketball like Girona. And we have currently 6 universities from Europe, United States, using our technology as well, and hospitals. Our international projects related to catering is for Porsche and catering companies, as well for professional sports clubs. We did projects for health nutrition, comparing a 24-hour urine test with our solution of checking pictures and providing the nutrition information in that case. And the correlation was so close that all the doctors that participate in this project confirmed that our solution is a food intake valid solution, as well for diabetes type 2 and elderly people. What we are looking for, we want to invest, someone that wants to invest in a proof of concept with an enterprise company in Japan to implement our log milk kiosk in their canteens or self-service restaurant to test our system accuracy for any variety of dishes and meals available in Japan. It doesn't mean only Japanese food. That means all the market of food that there is served in Japan. So if there's a canteen that wants, or a company that wants to improve their canteens service for their employees, we would love to be there. Close contrast with Japanese enterprise using our log milk kiosk for solutions for canteens and restaurants, and some company or enterprise that want to invest in a proof of concept of developing our food quantity estimation algorithm with a 3D camera in order to control the quantity served and control the food waste. So that will give us the actual intake. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very clear presentation. You have the you had a question, 2 questions so far. The first one is how long would it take to introduce your product in one cartoon?
In one canteen?
Yeah.
It takes as I said here, it takes between 4 and 5 weeks. Actually, depending here, I just said here, you could see here, depending how long it takes from our providers to receive the kiosk. If we have the kiosk in stock, it will take 2 weeks. We have no limitations with any hardware. We provide the technology and we adjust to any hardware. We currently have 3 different providers, but we love this one.
Great. Yes. Next question is that there are several smartphone apps that use AI to calculate nutrient content from food photos. What makes you different from them?
We have, as I said, we have the biggest accuracy to recognize it. 1,400 dishes in the world, international and local dishes. We provide the food type, the group type, the dish, the ingredients, and the nutrition information. And as I said, we're currently providing the food quantity estimation. The user can always modify, add, remove ingredients in order to provide the nutrition information with more accuracy to the professional.
Great. Very clear answer. Thank you very much, Eric. Oh,
you're welcome.
Yeah, the next one is the comment. Great. Yeah, great. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, the next company is also from Catalonia, WeCloud. Yes, Nicola,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Yeah.
Let me try and share the screen.
Hi. Recloud provide the solution in the construction technology. Yes.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
No, yes, it's coming. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nicolas Reyes. I'm co-founder of Recloud. So imagine you're an architect on a construction site and you notice something has been built wrong. There are too many measurements to check and not enough time. So mistakes can slip unnoticed. That happens a lot and is what we like to call the invisible mistakes. They generate delays, rework, and even structural failures if they are not detected early on. So the construction sector is undergoing an amazing revolution. The 2D floor plans are being replaced by the 3D BIM models, and in the cloud, we have seen an incredible opportunity. So at the cloud, we take periodic 3D scans of the construction site and compare them to the 3D BIM model created by the architect. Our software detects differences between the design and the execution, saving time and tons of construction material. So let me give you an example of how Recloud has helped in one of the latest projects. This spot marked in red highlights a deviation in the pillar. So by detecting it in real time, the constructor was able to address the issue immediately, saving, avoiding rework or delays that would cost thousands of euros. So here's a 10-second video that shows how the software works. We can now visualize the BIM model and all the deviations detected on the construction side. If we now deactivate the BIM button and we activate the missing button, we can notice all those elements that have not been constructed yet. In just one 3D map, we can see in green what is correctly executed, in red what is badly executed, and in blue what's still to be constructed. So we calculate the progress of the construction, measuring what has been constructed and what's still to be done. We take control of deviations and everything in an easy, simple to use dashboard. So the cloud is not just a software, it's a new way of understanding the execution control. Everything starts with the reality capture. Our customer can use their own scan device or can find a 3D scanning service company inside our platform. So after getting the point cloud, the user uploads it with the BIM model and the cloud will automatically detect all deviations and do the rest. Our business model. Our business model is based on a 3D three plans. We try to adapt to the user's needs from small to large scale projects. And we also offer an ad hoc plan to meet more specific requirements. So other solutions, our competitors. Other solutions have an accuracy of 2 centimeters. Usually that's not enough. We decrease that figure to 5 millimeters. And additionally, the comparisons can be made in less than 10 minutes, while other solutions may need hours or even days. We also have unique features such as detecting and classifying the different elements that make up a 3D scan. So these are some of awards and recognitions we have received and we're very proud of. These are some big companies, big construction companies in Spain that have trusted our solution and we're working with them. So Recloud today, we are a team of 10, including developers and engineers. We are now making pilots with construction companies worldwide, including an airport in South America. And next month, we're having our first paid clients. It's the Catalan government wants to use our technology just to inspect the construction of a 20 kilometers road. In the next months, we will also open our investment rounds to try and bring our technology to more companies. So the Recloud goals. We have 3 goals for this acceleration program. First of all, we want to find a partner that allows us to try and validate our technology. Second, we would like to search other industries where Recloud's technology can be also very, very useful outside of the construction. And at the end of the program, our third goal is to enter the Japanese market by having our first customers. Hope so. So do you remember the example at the beginning? We talked about the invisible deviations. So with Recloud, the future looks a bit more like this. construction is more efficient, more accurate, and less wasteful. So let's fight together with the invisible deviations. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. You got the questions. The first question is your product is very convenient. Yeah. Are there any difficulties for your client in uploading BIM data to the cloud from a security perspective?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. We try and have some kind of signatures for giving that security for our customers, just to let them know that there's no problem in security, because we know all the big models are very difficult information to share. So we are we have a lot of knowledge for the privacy and the security of all the files uploaded on the platform.
Right. The next question that you are from Spain. So do you have some track record outside Spain?
Yeah, outside of Spain, we're now doing an airport in Peru, in Lima. We're now working with a very big company. It's a Spanish company, but the project is in Peru. So that's the only one we've done outside Spain. We're now trying to expand our business and go to other countries.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you choose the Japan next to the Peru. Thank you. Okay. Question for you as that's all for your question. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. We are scheduled for one more company from UK that is private, but the presenter was not here. He was unable to attend the short notice. We apologize for not meeting your expectations. Sorry about that. So the program came to the end. So I hope the 10 companies inspire you. So all of the companies, Abby, hi, we are waiting for you. The program.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. There is some issue with my internet probably. I had to drop and again rejoin. So.
Okay. So please prepare. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm so relieved. Okay. So the program proceeded a little bit earlier than expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Private is from UK. The company was nominated by our new partner, Innovator UK. So Abhishek is presenting the innovative the technology platform service, in the security sector.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the introduction.
Abhi, please share your screen first.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Please do let me know once you want to see that.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Good. Yes. Just a moment. Give me just 1 minute, please. Just. Yes. So just to start with, I would like to say that this coffee I bought online. I ordered online and it literally took me 10 seconds when I go to store, like pick the coffee and pay for it. However, for that, I had to share a lot of information which are no way related to my coffee, like my date of birth, my email ID, etc. My name is Savishek Ghosh. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Referee. It's an open secret that multi-billion-dollar data broker industry tracks our online behavior and sell our information without our consent. They say, if you don't pay for a service, then you become a product. And now we are becoming a product for a simple search in a browser. And we see that is the same reason if we do a simple search in our browser, like say a 2-bedroom apartment to buy in Tokyo, you bombarded with targeted adverts for the new developments around Tokyo in your social media in few minutes only. And for these reasons, we see consumer concerns around their data privacy across the globe are rising rapidly. And they started thinking like sharing the information actually outrides the benefits, like the risk of that outright the benefits. And on the left-hand side, you could see just the 6-month statistics when the big corporations are, even after spending millions on GDPR or similar compliances, frequently like been penalized for the GDPR or like a privacy related incidents. Prefer is addressing this global data ownership issue via a freemium mobile app and an enterprise SaaS platform. The freemium mobile app is enabling consumer to manage their digital privacy from a single window, agnostic to apps, website, wearable devices, etc., and enable them to receive incentives of their data if they share, like they have, if they agree to share the information over the network. And on the other hand, it's actually helping businesses who to get customer consent on real time for their data privacy. So they have more confidence when they manage and mine customer information and don't have to bank on a dated privacy agreement, which nobody reads and sign maybe few, like 1 or 2 years back when first time visit the website or download an application. So the typical use case, what we are solving, if one fine morning, if I get up and decide what are the privacy agreement I have agreed without reading, like most of us do that because of the size of the documents, the complexity, etc. So I have to check 30 plus apps on average in my phone, and all of them have different versions of privacy agreement written by some lawyer. And it's very difficult to manage that separately on different apps or the digital touchpoints what we're using. So we are addressing that white space, giving consumer a single window privacy acknowledgement platform to manage all their digital privacy for their smart home devices, smart cars, mobile apps, wearable devices, etc. So they have full confidence. So they have to just fill a basic form and then we'll present them a blanket data classification agreement based on the country specific data agreement. And based on the user acknowledgement, whether they would like to share amber level data or red level data, or green level data over the network, we notify all the touch points. And it's very seamless for the user because if the next morning I change my mind, no, I don't want to share my amber level data, I just go back to Prefer app, select green level data. All my digital touch point would be notified like on a real-time basis. This is the privacy acknowledgement. So for this reason, like we are calling that as a future of privacy management, where consumer having more control about their digital life and having better confidence when they subscribe to a new digital product or services. So when we are helping consumer, very interestingly, we are also helping businesses because our model is premium for the consumer. We're not charging consumer, and we are asking businesses to onboard to the platform, to connect to the app, to know customer digital privacy on a real time. So they don't have to, first of all, as I said, bank on a real time, bank on a data privacy agreement. So they always know customer privacy acknowledgement on real time. That would give them a lot of confidence when they monetize those information, mining those information. And also on the other hand, we help them to through our privacy management like data exchange platform, the enterprises can actually expand their loyalty management platform for users, users selected digital services which user prefer to use it, so they can see user digital behavior holistically. Like say for I can use through the data exchange platform, being a user, I can use my retail Sainsbury Nectar points for a Uber ride or buying a Starbucks coffee. So using that, actually I can give a bespoke customer experience from Sainsbury, and Sainsbury would know my digital behavior beyond the Sainsbury app, which actually helps them to reduce their marketing spend because they know my exact digital behavior, create more bespoke portfolio. Also, on the other hand, like if you are looking to adapt any model like ChatGPT or similar LLM model, you always know customer privacy acknowledgement and to retrain your model, etc. So you're always top of the game in terms of privacy. So you can call us as your like a partner in trust transformation to help you build your community with more confidence and build a business which is good for society. So we have competition on the security side and the monetization side both. From the security side, our competition is mostly under the data classification agreement, which cannot don't have any B2C interfaces. So they cannot manage the privacy acknowledgement real time what we do. On the incentivization side, most of the services are based on the browser-based activities. However, studies suggest we only spend 9% of our mobile time in the browser. So just securing the browser, we don't see it as a futuristic solution. So for the collaboration opportunity, we are looking for 12 to 14 weeks pilot projects to launch our product into Japan market and expand it further, use that as a springboard to expand further to wider South Asian market. We are supported by world famous universities, organizations, and we won multiple awards. Last year, we won TIE Silicon Valley competition for one of the most innovative cybersecurity SMEs in the UK. We have also won last year UK's biggest university startup competition called Venture Father. So we have multiple patent opportunities as well. So we're really looking forward to make Japan as our second home, and open for questions if you may have, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abe. Yeah, I believe you have the comment question? Both. Your new ways of handling personal information is very interesting. Can you build barriers to entry?
Yes, so we already have barriers. We have around 4 patents within the product, and we have an extensive market validation. We own IP grants from UK IP office as well. So we have done an extensive market validation to the wider Asia, Europe, covering Europe and US market as well, which identified our freedom to operate. And so that reason, we have applied for the patents as well for the product. So that's how we are creating the barrier to entry.
The next question is that is your product complete enough to conduct a POC in Japan?
Yes, we have to, because our product has a variable component for the data classification agreement, and that has to be customized based on which country we are operating. So currently we are operating in UK and few European countries. So if we are launching in Japan, our product has to be configured based on the Japan country's data classification laws, etc., data agreement. And so that is the reason we say we need to run a POC, but that would be once and forever for us, because once we do that, then will be very easy for a rapid commercialization for the same market.
Okay, thank you very much for your answers. Okay, finally, the program came to the end. Okay, so thank you very much for keep watching the startup speech and sending a question and a great comment to them. Every single comment and the question is very valuable for each of them. Thank you. As you can see, the 23 startups selected for KGAP Plus Batch 9 Section 2 from the Europe and Israel. They offer various solutions, variety of solutions. So we hope that you will consider meeting them and thinking the collaboration with them. So we, the KGAP team and our mentors are happy to connect you to the startups. Sometimes I feel sometimes it's hard, difficult, not easy for you to have the collaboration with overseas startups, but they are always highly motivated, and yeah, you will have the lot to gain the with their innovative solutions and motivations. Yeah, so we will start working with them and start introduce them to the potential partners. So it's you. So please, yeah, let's work together. All right. So thank you very much for joining us today. I believe many of you joining both of session 1 and 2 at the 5 hours in total. Thank you so much. And startups, congratulations. Yeah, your pitches are very great. I'm so happy to watch that. All right. So have a good day and have a it's Friday, so have a good week and and see you soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
ありがとう。
Thank you. ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Thank you.